Hello. So like I said last time, today I'm ranking every movie that I watched in 2025. There isn't as many as the TV shows, don't worry. I watched 22 movies last year. I watched more than that, but like I said last time, any movie that didn't release last year doesn't qualify. So for example, I watched all the Spider-Man movies last year, but they don't count because they never came out this year. Or I watched the Uncharted movie last year, but that came out in 2022, so that also doesn't count. But I would rank it quite mid, to be fair. But anyway, time to rank all the movies that I talked about. I do want to quickly give an honourable mention to The Snow Bear. Unfortunately, it doesn't qualify for the list because it's only a short film, but wow, it was beautiful. Wow. I really hope that, that would have been really high up if that was a full-length film, but doesn't count. But anyway, let's get into it. With my least favourite film of the year, are you even shocked? Fixed. I mean, what do you even want me to say? This movie is actually disgusting. Oh my god. The fact that Sony released an absolutely phenomenal movie and then this back to back is actually insane. Like, what the hell? And it's by Gendy Tartakovsky as well, and he's usually good at making cartoons, but he really missed the ball with this one, literally, because it's about a dog being neutered. So, what the hell? Like, honestly, don't even know what to say about this movie. It's just awful. Next is a movie that I don't want to talk about, so I'm just going to quickly mention it. The Toxic Avenger. Yeah, I don't like it. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to talk about it too long, so we're just going to move on from that. Our last D tier, though, a controversial one. Predator Killer of Killers. Look, the animation is amazing. Reminds me of Spider-Verse, but this movie is overrated. It really is. Like, I mean, to be fair, not all the people actually know the movie even exists, but the ones that have seen it, like, they usually rank it up quite highly, but, like, it's a messy movie. Like, it's literally 3 movies in one. You know, people say that about Spider-Man 3. This is 3 movies in one. Literally has, like, completely 3 plots going on in different time periods with, like, different characters, and they all meet up in the end. I'm like, could this not have just been a TV show? This would have been better as a TV show. I don't get why this was a movie. I really don't. So, yeah, I don't really like this one at all. Alright, C rank. Okay, you had to have known this one was coming. Lilo and Stitch. This was the first technically new Disney film that I watched since Elemental, so yeah. It was actually originally ranked quite higher because it's Stitch, but when I thought about it more, I was like, no, this doesn't get to be ranked high. Like, this is such a bastardization of Lilo and Stitch, and like, I feel like out of all movies, Lilo and Stitch is the one I feel like people associate with me the most. Like, if you know me, then you associate Lilo and Stitch with me. So yeah, I genuinely do think that this is one of the worst, like, live-action remakes they've done so far. I mean, as a remake, no, as, like, a movie, I mean, like, if it was an original story, I wouldn't be that bad, but because it's a remake of one of the best Disney films ever made, it's really bad. The ending is just terrible, like, honestly. Like, Nani decides to give Lilo to another family so she can go to college, and I'm like, what? They have a portal gun so they can still see each other, but that's not the point. You just missed the whole point of the movie. Why did you do that? God. Okay, here's another very controversial take. Thunderbolts. Okay, if any Marvel fans are watching this, I'm sorry. I didn't like it, right? This movie, in my opinion, has, like, everything I don't like about Marvel about it. Because, like, I like some Marvel things, obviously, like Spider-Man's, Daredevil, Agatha, but this just wasn't it for me. Like, I didn't even want to watch it to begin with. I only watched it because my friend told me to. And, yeah, it was just kind of average for me. I didn't really enjoy it that much. I get they're meant to be, like, the next Avengers or something, but, yeah, this movie isn't for me. Alright, this is probably the weirdest movie that I watched this year. The Legend of Ochi. So, fun fact, I actually found out about this movie because it was on a bus stop poster. And I was like, the Ochi's cute, like, so I'll give it a chance. And then, definitely a weird one. Like, I get the whole plot is that, like, the main girl's trying to take Ochi back home to his family. So it's, like, one of those movies. But it's really weird. Like, I don't get it. Like, what are the Ochi? We don't actually really know much about them. And then she, like, finds her mom, and her mom only has one hand, and she lives, like, by herself. And why is Willem Dafoe in this movie? This movie is so below his talent. Like, yeah, actually, I don't understand why he agreed to do this. But yeah, I couldn't rank it in D rank because it's not like that bad, but it's a weird one. That's what I'll say. All right, next we have The Wrong Paris. It's just a Bachelor parody, so I don't really know what else to say. You all know what The Bachelor is, you know, we accept this rose. Except it's horseshoes they give, I think, or spurs, I don't know. But she's only, because Miranda Cosgrove's the main character, and she's only doing it because she, like, wants to go to Paris for college. But it turns out that they didn't actually go to Paris. They went to Paris, Texas. So it was a whole trick. But then she ends up actually falling in love with the Bachelor, and then he finds out that she was using him, and then blah 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 blah, and then they end up together in the end because of course they do. Next we have A Merry Little Xmas. Yeah, this one I only watched with my mum. We watched it just because, and it's like another weird one. It's a divorce story, as you can see, like Xmas. The both parents want to have a nice Christmas with their families, but then they both invite their new partners, and then the new partners end up falling in love. Yeah, and then they end up falling back in love because of course they do. Because I am kind of sick of that. Like, just let couples divorce. Mrs. Doubtfire did that. Anyway. I feel like people are going to double hate me now for ranking this way above Thunderbolts, but Jurassic World Rebirth. Look, this has Jonathan Bailey in it, right? It wins points just for that alone. Yeah, the movie itself, it feels like two movies in one, because there's the plot of, like, the dinosaur team, I'll call them, trying to get samples to make, like, a medicine, and then there's the other plot of the family trying to escape the island, and then the daughter adopts a baby dinosaur and takes it home with her. Yes, that actually does happen. But the thing that ruined this movie was the freaking mutant at the end. What the hell is that? It doesn't even look like a dinosaur. It looks like a xenomorph. Like, if you've seen the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, just Google the mutant from this movie and you'll see what I mean. It is not from Jurassic World. It's from freaking Alien. God. But it did have Jonathan Bailey in it. So it gets B tier just for that. Next is A tier. Next I watched was Merv. Yes, I only watched this because it has Charlie Cox in it. Yes, that is literally the only reason. Do not judge me. This is another couples breaking up story, but it's about a dog. The dog is upset that his parents are broken up, which I think is kind of like a little bit subversive, at least. So Charlie Cox ends up taking his dog on a vacation, and then the girl, whose name I forgot, ends up joining them, which is funny. But then they end up falling in love again. Yeah, what do you know? So yeah, at the end, I mean, this one I enjoyed a little bit more than Xmas because Charlie Cox is Daredevil, so what do you want from me? So yeah, next is In Your Dreams, or is it In My Dreams? No, it's In Your Dreams, yeah. I didn't really expect this one to be that good, but I did actually quite enjoy it. It was quite creative. It's another divorce story, but the parents, like, they kind of decide to try and work at it, but we don't actually know if they stay together or not at the end, which is quite subversive. Basically, the girl and the brother want, They don't want their parents to divorce, so they go to Dreamland to try and get the Sandman to help, but the Sandman ends up actually making things worse, and then they're stuck in the dream. So yeah, I liked it. It was fun. But anyway, next we have the day the Earth blew up. All right, you probably never even heard of this one because Warner Brothers really wanted to bury it, but nope, they released it, and it was really good. It was so good to see a 2D animated film. It really was. So this is about Daffy Duck and Porky Pig, right? And an alien invades the planet and gives them all gum that, like, brainwashes them. So then they try and help. It turned out the alien was actually helping the planet from a meteor, and the gum was to, like, cushion it. So then they have to end up going to blow up the meteor. And it's, like, quite funny. It is quite funny. I laughed a few times. Daffy Duck is at his best in this movie. He really is. And Porky Pig's fun, too. I just don't really get why the other arrangements weren't part of it, but oh well. Alright, next, now we're in the top 10, right? This one generally shocked me. Lost in Starlight. Like, this is like a Korean animated film, so it's dubbed. I didn't think it was going to be good, but I actually only watched it because of K-pop Demon Hunters, funnily enough. But, I liked it at first. It was fine. I thought I was only going to rank it in B rank, but then that freaking ending just came out of nowhere, like, and hit me hard. Like, so, he's a musician, and she's a astronaut, so she goes to Mars, and he does, like, a performance, right? And that performance, and then her literally running out of air on Mars, it was so emotional, and oh my god, what the hell, where did that come from? They live happily ever after at the end, by the way, but that's not the point. Like, oh my god, that ending just made this movie get boosted up for me. I don't think I can rank it in S rank, but the top 10 is fine, at least. Alright, next is Fantastic Four First Steps. I watched the, like, not the first Fantastic Four movie, but the one from the early 2000s, and I enjoyed that. So, I thought I was going to enjoy this, and I did. Pedro Pascal's really good as Reed, though. I like that. it felt a bit fast, like with Silver Surfer, and then they were gonna like kill her, it's like Reed and Susan's baby. That was a bit dark. And then the whole Earth was telling them to give up their child, and I'm like, if you were in that position, would you give up your child? Yeah, didn't think so. So yeah, I did enjoy it, but enjoyed other movies better. All right, next is Predator Badlands. Now this is the best Predator movie of the year. That's for sure. So when we watched it, I actually had Russian subtitles, and then the Predators speak their own language, so we thought, like, we were confused at first, but then we had to put the English subtitles on so that it would translate what they were saying for us. And then the girls started speaking English, so then we're like, okay, it's their language, fair enough. And it's quite fun, I enjoy it. He's, like, seen as a weak predator, so he goes to, like, the planet where, like, the predators never come back from to, like, kill this alien that they've never killed before. And, spoiler alert, he doesn't kill it, because it can regenerate itself. But then he goes back and kills his dad. Yeah. I don't remember what happened to the girl, though, because she's an android, and, like, she was almost, like, erased by her sister. So, yeah. I don't want to spoil it, but it is quite fun, actually. Alright, now this one I never expected to watch, ever. Yeah, Sinners. This movie was quite good, actually. The thing is, though, what's keeping it from S rank is that I would have preferred if the vampires weren't part of it. Like, I don't know if other people will agree with me, because the movie's set in the 1930s, it's about black people, so, like, you can imagine the things that happen in it. So these two brothers and their cousin are going to start a club for, you know, black people to escape from the cotton farms. Literally, that is the reason. And it's successful at first. And then this vampire starts, you know, biting people, turning them into vampires. And then they find the club and they want to turn all the people in there into vampires. But, see, vampires can't enter a building unless they're invited in, so they were safe. But then one of the girls, like, went to see what they were doing outside, and she got bit. And then when she was invited back inside, she started biting everyone else. So then they had to, like, board up the club. And then the vampires, like, actually made it seem cool to be a vampire, but that's what I wanted. Because the villain, Remick, is like, he's basically trying to erase their culture to bring back his culture. That's kind of what the plot is. And it's working, yeah. But then, like, they fight back with the vampires die because of the sun. And then the KKK literally show up to shoot everyone up, but the vampires warned them about them, at least. So then one of the brothers, because the other brother was bitten, but then the other brother killed them all, and then he got killed in the end. Also, I just need to say one thing, right? So, I watched a few videos about this movie, and there was someone that was like, there's a blink and you'll miss it moment that confirms Remick is an Irish immigrant, and I'm like, is it the fact that he all of a sudden switches from a southern accent to an Irish accent? Or the fact he can, like, Irish dance? That's not blink and you'll miss it, what? So yeah, Sinners is good. I quite enjoyed it. Right, now, How to Train Your Dragon. This is how you do a live action remake. This right here. This is actually a perfect remake. Is it as good as the original? Hell no. But this is how you do a remake, right? Take notes, Disney. DreamWorks bet you again. They haven't done that since Shrek, really. But yeah, this is how you do a remake. I love this one. Toothless looks the same, and it makes me happy. He doesn't look too ugly or too realistic. He just looks like Toothless. I mean, Stitch looked like Stitch as well, but you know what I mean. Yeah, they got Gerard Butler back to be stoic, but the only thing I didn't like is that all of the Vikings are no longer Scottish, and that upset me. I really liked the actress that played Astrid as well. She did well. There was a couple of extra lines added in to like make things more depressing for Hiccup, which I actually quite like. But aside from that, it's a very faithful remake to the original, and that makes me really happy. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. It's one of the only few movies that I went to the cinemas to see. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. Alright, next is Zootopia 2. Alright, now, I was genuinely shocked that I ranked it this high. This was the last movie I watched last year. So, yeah, this movie is actually really good. It's not as good as Encanto. Encanto's the only good thing that Disney's made this decade, in my opinion. That's not including anything Marvel related. But yeah, I'm really glad that this movie was good. I really am. I don't know if I like it as much as the original, but I liked it anyway. It just called out people for like their racist behavior, and I like movies that do that, even if it's disingenuous because it comes from a racist company. But oh well. I don't really have much to say because next we're doing the S rank. I really thought this was going to be my favorite movie of the year, but I was wrong. So Wicked for Good. I never really talked about the original Wicked and how much I liked it, because I never got to see it in the cinemas, unfortunately. I watched it, like, in 2025, and I loved it. And I knew I was going to see the second one in the cinemas, and I did, and it was not as good as the first one. I actually really wish I saw the first one in cinemas more. But I still liked it. Obviously, it has Jonathan Bailey in it, so yeah. And I'm not going to spoil what happens to him, but yeah. I think it was a good sequel. I mean, obviously, they were filmed back to back, so that it was always planned. It wasn't just like, oh yeah, we're getting a sequel, so yeah. And I liked it. There's some people saying it's not a sequel because, like, it's telling the next the next part of the story, and it's like, that is what a sequel is, you silly head. So yeah, I really liked it. I'm not gonna spoil it because I think you should all go watch both Wickeds back to back. Yeah, I think you should. All right, the next movie is Twinless. This movie genuinely shocked me at how good it is. Like, oh my god, like the trailer made it seem so freaking weird. Like, it made it feel incesty or something. But then when you watch it, it's like, it's not that at all. It's actually really good. Like, because Dylan O'Brien's character, he plays both twins, but one of the twins dies. But the twin that died dated this boy here. I forgot his name. And he found out that he has a twin. So then he kind of says that he also has a dead twin so that they can get closer. Because he wants to be reminded of the one that died. Yeah. A bit messed up, but it's really good. I really enjoyed it. Generally, this movie shocked me of how good it was. I didn't even want to watch it. I was not expecting it to be good at all. I thought it was going to be like in C tier, but nope. This deserved S tier. It really did. Wow. It ended quite weird as well, though. Because, like, he obviously comes clean about it, and then this he beats him up for it. And then, yeah. Then it just ends with them, like, meeting up again and, like, saying, like, I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. And, yeah, that's kind of how it ends. It doesn't end on any kind of note. It just finishes. And I kind of like that. Anyway. Next is K-pop Demon Hunters. What do I even need to say? This movie is just insane, right? The fact it came out at all is insane. The fact that it's still in the top 10 films on Netflix to this day is insane. The songs are absolutely phenomenal as well. Like, everything about this movie, like, actually defied all odds, you know? And it was that good that Netflix even released it in cinemas afterwards because they realized how good it was. So yeah, this movie is definitely the biggest movie of the year by far. And it's actually genuinely insane to me. It deserved to be in cinemas anyway, but I also feel like not many people would have went to see it if that was the case. Because that happened to Disney with their only original movie this year, Elio, that I did not watch and I don't plan to. So yeah. Take that, Disney. This is an original musical, and it totally wiped the floor with you. So yeah. But what's my favorite movie of the year, you may ask? It's Superman. Yeah. Does that come as a surprise to you? Like, this movie, I went to the cinemas for my birthday to see this, and I enjoyed it so much. I'm glad that I saw it on the big screen. This movie deserved to be seen on the big screen. Like, this movie is powerful. That's the only word I have to say. Like, the way it calls out, current events that I shouldn't talk about because the video might, yeah, but you know what I mean. David Cornsweet is so good as Superman, though. Like, I could not have pictured anyone else in the role. You hear that, you Snyder nerds? God, I hate those people. It's really colourful as well. Like, the lighting maybe sometimes is too bright, but that's alright. And then Lex Luthor is so fun as well, and Crypto, I love Crypto. I have a Crypto plushie, you've seen him. And, like, yeah, this movie, definitely my best movie of the year. The fact that James Gunn made my favourite movie and my favourite show of the year, yeah, he won 2025, no doubt. And this movie was so good, right? That is the only movie on this list that I got on DVD. Yeah, that's how good it was, right? But that's all of my favourite movies of the year. Let me know how many movies you watched in the comments down below. And what was your favourite movie of 2025? And please like and subscribe. And my next video I actually recorded ages ago, so that's kind of funny. I recorded it, like, before New Year. I say that in the video. But yeah, I'll see you all next time. Bye!